What's up, Raspberries? How you doing? Well, I know that I said that I was going to do another review for this episode, but I was watching my pal Rotisserie Jamie's video, and she reminded me that I need to talk about this before we see another one of these promos and the news gets a little bit too old. So, this is the episode which is my thoughts on It Begins 2012, the promo that aired this past Monday on Raw. Today, on the Razman's Reality. Okay, so Monday on Raw, WWE was doing what has become their norm now, which is showing the trending topics on Twitter that are related to WWE down below. They have like number CM Punk, number John Cena, etc., etc., etc. Well, during one of those times that they were doing it, the Twitter bar gets hacked, and the Twitter bar shows a YouTube URL, which is youtube.com/itbegins2012. When we went to youtube.com/itbegins2012, we saw this promo that was a very dark and very eerie promo that has a little boy in it, and he's quoting lines from the Bible, and he's talking about on the second day of 2012, a force shall return to WWE to claim what is his. Now, a lot of people, as you would expect, because of the tone and the nature of the promo, are saying Undertaker. And could it be Undertaker? Very, very much so. I would not put that past WWE at all. I'm not stupid. But my thing on this is twofold. Why I think it's someone else. The first thing is, they did it last year with 2/21/11. So why would they do it for 2 straight years? It would just be too obvious who it's supposed to be. Second thing is that it just would make it a lot more interesting if they were promoting a return for someone else. And this is where you have to pay attention to the promo and what is said in the promo. The promo says in the beginning, "Come, my people, and shut thy doors about thee. For power shall come to rescue those of their iniquity." Now, anyone that's familiar with the Holy Bible knows that those are Bible verses. And where did those Bible verses come from? The Battle of Jericho. The city of Jericho. Clue number 2. The video was located on YouTube. And the date is the 2nd of January 2012. So let's examine that again. YouTube, what's YouTube start with? A Y. January 2nd. 2. the first month of the year, January, J. So what do I think this means? The walls are breaking down again in 2012. Chris Jericho is coming back to WWE. And if those clues weren't enough, here's the third clue. A familiar force shall arrive to lay claim to what is his. What has CM Punk been saying since last September? I am the best wrestler in the world. What did Chris Jericho always say? I am the best in the world at what I do. Now, I know people are saying this isn't Jericho for two reasons. One, Jericho was on Twitter saying two things. Number one, that he's never going to wrestle for the WWE again. And number two, that he's going to be in Hawaii working on January 2nd. But I think both of those could be swerved by Jericho, because it wouldn't be the first time that Jericho has paid attention to the adult fans. It wouldn't be the first time that he's tried to make his return a secret. Or his debut for that matter. It's been his entire MO since he came in WWE. Everything's been a code. His debut was a code with the Millennium Countdown. His return was a code with the Jericho. It's just his MO. So I wouldn't be surprised if this whole thing was a swerve to keep his surprise relevant. And the other thing is that when you examine it and think about it, Jericho has said countless times, again and again and again, that he will not return to the WWE unless he can return with a different persona. And that's the other argument that people are making for this promo not being Chris Jericho, is that they think it's too dark a promo for Jericho. Well, we all know that Jericho reinvents himself every time he comes back to the WWE. He has a new character every time. So why not have CM Punk running around claiming that he's the best in the world actually cause Jericho to go a little bit deeper in his psyche and become a much darker persona? That's what I think is going to happen. If Undertaker does return, it'll be the opposite of what happened last year with 2/21/11. Or, I guess, earlier this year. But by the time we see the fruition of this promo, it will be last year. It'll be the opposite of that, meaning that Undertaker will be the second surprise individual, whereas Triple H was the second surprise individual last year that no one saw coming. The only other possibility this could be would be Kane, but to me, Kane got rolled out because Kane had his own separate return promo that actually aired on Raw itself later in the night. So, could it be Undertaker? Absolutely. Is Undertaker a little bit too obvious? I think that's even more absolute, sorry. So, to me, this promo has Chris Jericho written all over it. So, that's my initial thoughts on the initial promo. Of course, as time goes on, we'll get more and more clues as to who this is, and Jericho could be completely rolled out. But to me, right now, it just screams Chris Jericho. And I'm not saying that because I'm a Jericho mark and Jericho is my favorite wrestler of all time. I'm not saying it because if Jericho comes back, it'll be my ultimate dream match of all time, Chris Jericho versus CM Punk at WrestleMania, because it's the only feud that makes sense for him. I'm saying it because I'm trying to be objective and logical, and I just think that logically, it's Chris Jericho coming back from what we saw in the first promo. So, you all let me know what you think down below in the description box about this. Go to my Facebook fan page and like me if you haven't already, because I have a fan poll going on to find out what all of you, my viewers, want me to do as far as my reviews go. Do you want me to go straight into my new stuff or finish catching up on my old stuff first before I continue with the new stuff? So, yeah, vote on that on the Facebook fan page. And I will see you all next time. This is reality according to the Razman. In Razman style, it's not just a catchphrase, but a way of life.